Hello and welcome to another segment of Western Wisconsin Journal. I'm Jamie Johnson, the government correspondent, and we find ourselves today at the St. Croix County Government Center with Chris Buss, our guest, who's the Assistant Facilities Director and Project Manager for the renovation and expansion of the St. Croix County Government Center. Chris, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, glad to be back.
Now, folks, for those viewers that regularly watch us, we did a tour, it was about 9 months ago, I think it was.
Yeah, about 9 months.
And at that time, we did the area of the government center that is an expansion.
Yep.
And some functions that were, all the functions used to be in the older building are now in the new. And what we're about to do is a tour of the old building that has now been made new through renovation. And right now, folks see us in near the entrance. And so we've got new security here. So, tell us about how this changed versus the old entry area.
Oh, so the old entry was more kind of tight. Security had a hard time keeping track of who was coming and going. With this new station, they have a better chance of seeing who's coming and who's going, and then it allows people to come and go through a turnstile system. So we just feel way more secure in this building.
All right, I noticed the brick here. Now that's old, right? That's basically the old exterior of the building.
Yep, and that's kind of a nice feature in this new building. We still reference the old building even in our new space here.
Right, but the old entrance was a ways down to where we're going to be headed.
Yep.
And kind of split the building up. People used to go to pay their taxes, they turned to the left.
Correct.
But now this is the only entrance to the building.
Yep.
But as you pointed out, secure for both the new part and the renovation.
Yep, exactly.
All right, well, let's go ahead and go down the hallway here. And why don't you take us through the functions on this floor are primarily what?
Courts. So this is your full court system here on really first floor. Clicker Courts is on the east side, and then you have your judges and your 4 new courtrooms on the west side.
And we right near the entrance here, we have conference rooms.
Yep.
First thing I notice is they are slightly larger
Yep.
than the conference rooms that we had by the old courtrooms upstairs.
Yes, and we heard that a lot from the judges and the people in the court system, that these conference rooms are used every day and they need to grow. So that's how we designed the space.
And very good. So folks can have a secure area, talk to their attorneys
Yep.
or their families or whatever.
Whatever they need to do.
All right. And so as we come down the hall, each of the courtrooms are numbered.
Correct.
And they've corresponded. Courtroom 1 is branch 1, right?
Correct, yep.
And so, likewise, we have basically 4 courtrooms on this floor.
Yep.
And we're going to have an opportunity to get in one of the courtrooms, but we've got security offices on this floor. And what other things are on this side of the floor, so to speak?
Kind of more your security functions, your mugs and prints, your bonds, your law library, anything that has to do with the court system is kind of on the east side there.
Okay. And we're going to be coming up on the clerk of courts here.
Yep.
That used to be upstairs where people went
Yep.
to either file their cases or pay their fines or whatever.
Whatever they needed to do, yep.
Okay.
And their space actually opened up. They used to have 4 quite small windows that they had
Right.
a hard time seeing public through. And now they have a big open glass pane that they feel like they can see public and they can work with the public way better now.
You can actually see what the weather is outside.
Right.
And now we're right across, the clerk of courts right across from the elevators.
Yep.
Which is again convenient. Now these elevators are still the same elevators that were here before.
Exactly, yep.
Okay.
So this was our old main entrance. This is kind of where the clerk of court's front windows ended up. So.
Okay, very good. And then other than moving the clerk of courts downstairs, we've moved all 4 circuit court judges down
Yep.
here. What else, what other functions are down here?
Well, we got the register and probate a little bit further to the north here.
Okay, so that's the sign here on our right.
Yep.
And the register of probate, of course, is where people go if they have estates to
Yep.
probate, and that is, again, a whole separate part of the court system, but still run with the judges, and that's why it makes sense to put it with the courtrooms.
Right.
And again, more conference rooms. I noticed, yeah, these are nice, much larger. I
Yeah.
also do volunteer mediation for small claims, and our conference rooms were very tiny
Yep.
upstairs, so that's nice to have. All right, so then we've got, I see the court appointed, well, it's CASA, and I know CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate.
Yep.
Tell us, did they have even their own office prior to this?
They had you could call it an office, but it was an old closet before, and now they have a full suite to function as they need.
Okay, and then the room at the end of the hall, I don't think we're going to go down there.
Yep.
But what's down there?
That's the jury assembly area. So anyone that's going to have jury duty for a week or the month, and they get the call, they're going to meet down there and do whatever they need to do with the clerk of courts department.
Okay, so we've got a larger room for jury orientation.
Correct.
And it's one central location regardless of which branch the trial is in front of.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. And so I guess we're going to go in there, but as far as the improvements on this floor, what were they, the primary focus?
We basically gutted this first floor. It used to be all old administration departments, your community development, your treasurer, your registry of deeds office, used to all function in here. We basically started with a clean slate and built the full new courtrooms here.
Okay. And like the clerk court has a much larger overall office.
Yep.
Interior walls were kind of taken out.
Yeah, very open concept, cubicles. They grew almost double in size.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to go in and check out a courtroom, and then we'll meet you upstairs, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
You bet. Okay, and we're entering courtroom 4 now, and joining me is Ken Witt, the county administrator.
Hello, Jamie.
Ken, thanks for joining us and helping explain what we've got going on with the brand new courtrooms down here on first floor in the new government center. Well, the renovated government center, right? All right, so.
Yeah, before we go into the courtroom, this is probably an interesting part of the new design of the courtrooms. It's sort of a vestibule entryway where people can come into the court without disrupting the court to see if it's in session. Are they in the right courtroom? Is this the right time?
Yeah, I noticed that when I came in, as it's similar to Barron County when they got their new courtrooms. When I say new, it's probably about 15 years ago. Yeah. But people have to understand, our old courtrooms were built 32 years ago, right?
Yep.
So 33.
Yeah. So this is part of the new design feature then. So people should come in, feel free to come into this part. If the door's open, they can get in here, and then they're able to see whether they're in the right room or not.
All right, well, let's check it out.
Sure.
So first thing I noticed was we have fewer number of pews, so to speak. So
yeah, there is a slightly reduced number of total spacing. Because this is a remodel, we were stuck with the footprint that we had before. So this building, when it was originally built in 1993, was designed for 8 courtrooms, the 4 that they built upstairs, and someday to remodel the downstairs for the 4 new courtrooms, which we did. But because of the entryway design change, that took up some of the seating space.
So just to give a little history lesson, when we had the courthouse back on 4th Street, there was 2 courtrooms and only 2 judges.
Yes.
And we needed a new government center because we needed a 3rd judge. And that was when this building was built. It was built with 4 courtrooms, knowing that we were going to have 3 basically to start with.
Right.
Judge Needham was branch 3. Later, branch 4 came. And now the county is actually operating higher than a capacity of 4 judges. So we're anticipating someday, whether it's in the next budget cycle or the one after that, we'll be getting a 5th judge, just a matter of when.
Right, yeah, it has to be approved through the state budget cycle, so we don't know when that'll happen, but we're prepared now for that future growth.
But the key is we have all 4 circuit court judges on the same level.
Currently, yes.
And the courtrooms are basically same size.
Yep, they're the same size as the older ones upstairs, just with a redesign to them.
But I mean, of the 4 that are now redesigned and renovated, other than the jury box might be on a different side of the room, or so that might be a difference among the courtrooms. But basically, you have the counsel table here, and you have the jury box, which seats more than 12. People wonder why, but there are sometimes you need alternate jurors, and so you have to seat extras, and occasionally they'll have to put up even extra chairs if that's the case. But not designed for another COVID, though. 6 feet apart, right?
No, it's not. So hopefully we don't run into that again. Otherwise, we'll have to adapt somehow.
Right. But I'm seeing some technology that wouldn't have been available in 1993 at all. But we have monitors right in the jury box. 3 in the front row, 4 in the back row, and then we got the large one that's above the clerk's desk. What's that for?
Yeah. The technology changes. Even 10 years ago, we started adding monitors in the courtrooms, but the monitors right in the jury boxes is something new with this remodel. So what we're trying to do is provide access for everybody that's in the court, whether it's plaintiffs, defendants, the audience, the jury, the judge, everyone's going to be seeing the exact same thing on their screens. And that's how that information is shared. So much today is technology driven. There's video of every case practically. And so they're able to play that and display it where it's convenient to look at instead of having to look at something maybe across the room.
See, and I remember when I first came to town doing jury trials with overhead projectors in the old courtrooms. But so with how all these updates are going to benefit the taxpayers, the residents, and the court staff as well.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of it is about efficient operation of the courts. So the more efficiently we can operate the court, the shorter the window that we can process all of the cases that come through, the more beneficial that is.
Okay, now we didn't talk about this off camera, but I just want to ask you, for let's say high-profile cases, St. Croix County gets one about every 5-10 years, very high profile. You know, and we've got great security. That's number one. But is there going to be an ability to, is there any courtrooms larger than this to accommodate something that might be higher profile?
Yeah. So as far as jury box seating, the courtrooms upstairs, which are still fully usable, have more jury seating. But what we did for these courtrooms really though is we have a media room. So there's a whole additional room that would be wired in with displays showing everything that's going on in the court. So the media would be able to set up there. So that was kind of how we addressed the higher profile cases.
So you got the jury here, and we've got just only slightly more for spectators. But the idea is not to hold a large spectator type of forum.
Right.
But instead, because of cameras and technology, the screens that will be showing the jury and the people in the courtroom certain documents or evidence or video, that will be able to be shown then to the people in that other media room.
Correct.
Excellent. So that is a great advancement. Now, why was it important to invest in a renovation of the first floor of a 32-year-old building as opposed to building brand new facility somewhere else?
Yeah. Well, the county jail and courthouse are required to be in the county seat. So we have to be in the city of Hudson. And the jail is located here. So when we bring people in from the jail, it's safest when we can transport them directly into the courtroom through secured access hallways rather than transporting them to another location. So unless you wanted to build a new courthouse and a new jail at a different location, this was the best option for us.
Sure.
And I think back in the late 80s or 90s when this 80-acre parcel was originally built for bought by the St. Croix County Board, they had a lot of forethought that went into that. They were looking at building their third courthouse, and so they wanted to stay on this site. And so we have enough space now that we will forever be able to stay on this site.
Sure. Even when we get over 8 judges, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, that could be at least 30 years from now, but you have to plan for the future, right? Now, speaking of functions and historical functions, prior to us joining you, talked to Chris about the CASA room that is next to Branch 4 here. And tell us a little bit, CASA, the court-appointed special advocate, it's not a separate necessarily county department, so why do they have a space? Yeah,
it's a nonprofit group, and we provide that space for them because it benefits the system. And so those CASA advocates are meeting with children that are in the process, in the system, and they're providing a different perspective directly to the judges about what's going on in that family. And their only mission is the best interest of those children. And so being that neutral third party to provide that input to the judge is very important. And so one of the ways that we can help them is providing them space for convenient access.
Okay. But it is something that is funded by grants primarily?
Yep. Other than providing the space for them here in the building, we don't provide any funding for their labor or any of their other costs.
But it just doesn't make sense, for example, for the CASA office to be up in New Richmond where Department of Human Services is or anything like that because, again, it's more court-oriented as opposed to social services.
Yeah, it's actually totally court-oriented. What they're doing is for the benefit of the courts.
Okay, very good. Well, I think what we'll do covers everything on the first floor. Thank you for pointing out the new courtroom, and I don't know how soon I'll be doing a jury trial in here, but it looks like it's all set to go. And secure, but also highly functional. And it's not, I don't see any obstructed views or anything like that. So the jury has the monitors and everything. So it looks like it's set to go for the 21st century. Ken, thanks a lot.
Thank you, Jamie.
All right, let's head upstairs. All right, we're on the second floor of the St. Croix County Government Center. I'm with Ken Witt, the county administrator, and we are on the north end of the second floor. Behind our camera here, we're looking at, that would be child support down there.
Yep,
on that
that's
end.
child support on that end.
And so anybody that has issues with child support related, that's where they would go.
Yep, it's a long walk, but that's right at the end of the hallway.
Okay, and then now, but going this way, we have obviously victim witness. Folks can see the sign. We've got 4 courtrooms numbered 8 down to 5 on the right, and then the district attorney is down there a ways. Is that right?
Correct, yep. Yeah, so the victim witness used to be on the first floor, and they were separated from the district attorney's office. But now they're able to be recombined together with this remodel, which will help improve their efficiency, because they're really a division of the district attorney's office.
Absolutely, and when victims or witnesses are meeting with the district attorney, it makes sense to have them on the same floor.
Yep.
But again, I notice lots of conference rooms.
Yep.
We've got security offices, and I see a computer closet there. We've got the elevators, again, same location for the elevators and the stairs. It's just that when they come up the stairs, they're not looking at the courts anymore. That's a first floor function.
Yep.
All right, but so we passed 7 and 8, which are basically vacant courtrooms right now,
Correct.
but usable by judges who come from other
Yep, we would
counties.
use those for a visiting judge that comes in.
Okay, and that's because we have cases in which the judges recuse themselves because they have some kind of interest, and we get out-of-county judges. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen, and
Correct.
they get assigned from outside the county.
Yep, and that's our growth space then.
Okay, and so we've got district attorney, again, they were quite crammed. They've got lots more space.
Yeah, they were probably the most cramped office because a lot of them are state employees, so the state decides when they added them. So they were getting really packed in there. So they have a huge
Where
new
are we
space.
at with the number of assistant district attorneys, by the way? I
Well,
lost
we
it.
just, in the last budget that was approved by the state, they added an additional 1.5 district attorneys, assistant district attorneys.
Okay.
So I don't remember the total number offhand,
Okay.
but they keep adding more and more, and our caseload keeps going up. So
But we have some ability for expansion of prosecutors as well.
yes, yep, we have lots of space to continue to expand. This building is really designed to last 20 to 30 years, just like the old one had.
Okay, great. And now we're at courtroom 5, which, and we've got a separate one for court commissioner, but the court commissioners are using both courtrooms 5 and 6.
So those are the court commissioners' offices that'll be down that hallway. And then courtrooms 5 and 6 are going to be used by the family court commissioner and our regular county court commissioner.
So, and they hold hearings that the statute allows them to. It's like small claims.
Yep.
And, I know they do small claims trial. We got the family court commissioner has hearings. So this is where the attorneys and parties would come.
Correct.
To appear in front of them.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, so you might be on first floor, you might be on second floor. It really probably just depends on if you're going to be hearing in front of a commissioner or if you're going to be hearing in front of a circuit court judge.
Now you said that we're set for future growth for the next 20 to 30 years. So now that we've already toured the new part of the building on a separate interview, and we've come through the renovation here, what does it mean to see this project come full circle? And I noticed when we were starting our shot here, we've got a couple workers just finishing up the floor.
Yeah, we're just finishing up. They should be all done within the next week here. But it's been a 3-year project, so it was a huge project. And the staff and the architects and builders of this project had to do a lot of coordination. We had to expand, move facilities, renovate space, move again, renovate that space. And so we're just wrapping that all up now. So it was a lot of coordination to make all of this happen. over
As we
3
sit here,
years.
October 15th, 2025, so no one's getting moved anymore.
Correct. Yep.
Excellent.
Till the next project.
Yes, all right. We've come full circle on the tour of the renovated portion of St. Croix County Government Center. We're still on second floor with Ken Witt, Chris Boss, and I want to ask you guys, as we look out over the security area here and kind of the point which, the two parts of the building come together, what are you most proud of?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would say the Sheriff's Memorial. For the team to come together, the architects, the contractors at the middle of the project to say, We lost a deputy, but we're going to design this memorial and we're going to donate our time and materials to build this. That was a pretty amazing part of the project.
And just for folks to be able to see that, they can't see it on the side where they enter the courtrooms or the government center. It would be at the backside where the sheriff's office
Correct. Yep.
and the jail
Yep.
exposure. How about you,
Yep.
Ken?
Well, I think it's a beautiful facility. I think it's well planned for the future. But the thing that I like most was the financing of it. So we did the borrowing in 2021, right before interest rates shot up.
Yeah.
And so it was really the best time that you could possibly do a financing of a project this large. We saved the taxpayers so much money by doing it when we did it.
Right. Timing is everything. And
It is.
I know when we did a small addition on our house, we did 2021 refinance at 2.25%.
Yep.
Was our mortgage rate. So I think homeowners and taxpayers can appreciate the timing that was done with this building.
Yep.
So now folks can see this video tour, but for folks to be able to come in and see it live, we've got an open house set up. When is that going to be?
Yep, we have an open house set up. It's coming up on November 7th from noon to 3 p.m. And so they'll be able to come in and walk the same path that we just did and see it for themselves.
Now, what day of the week is that? Do you know?
It's on a Friday.
It's on a Friday. Great. Chris, are you going to be there?
I won't be there.
Or you won't? Okay.
Nope, skipping that one.
All right. Well, now you have to appoint somebody with all
Yeah.
your know-how. But what can residents expect if they stop by on November 7th?
Yeah, well, I think they're going to get a feel for where everything's located. So with the addition, people tend to get confused because it's so big and things are so spread out now and in different locations. So they'll get an understanding of, go left if they want to pay taxes or go right if they want to go to court.
Okay. Well, excellent. Well, guys, thanks again for being guests on our show. Want to appreciate that. Appreciate all the work that went into this. Felt like it sometimes it might not ever end, but before you know it, it's here. It's beautiful and functional. And I want to thank our viewers for watching another segment of Western Wisconsin Journal. Please stop by at the open house November 7th at what time?
Noon to 3 p.m.
Noon to 3 p.m. And keep watching.